Firing away. That was easy.
Coach, Dana Evans has had 3 consecutive games with more than 10 points. What can you say about her performance, and do you think that she's started hitting her stride?
You know what? I'm not the points. The points are great. I'm just really impressed with the way she's passing the ball right now. In our last 3 ball games, she has 18 assists to 4 turnovers. She's taking care of the ball. She's getting it to people at the right time, in the right place, doing exactly what we need her to do, and she's scoring within the offense. So that's something that I'm really excited about, the maturity of Dana and just the evolution of her game as she continues to grow.
Was it a focus to get the ball in the paint early?
Well, it's always a focus to try and go inside out. And I thought Bianca, Kylie, Sam, I thought they were more aggressive, especially Bianca and Sam in the post, which is what we need. We're going to need them to finish around the rim, take advantage of our quickness at the guard spot, Asia's ability to score, because she does occupy so many at times. And if we can continue to get that productivity out of Bianca and Kylie, it's going to pay dividends for us. I know Sam's going to continue to grind it and fight like she does. She had 10 points, and what I've got to talk to her about is her 0 rebounds. That's I'm not sure how long it's been since she's played a basketball game and has not gotten a rebound for us. But I was really proud of Asia getting 7 boards. That's one thing that I've been challenging her with. So it was a good basketball game defensively. We've got a lot of work to do. But the one thing I've always said is I'd rather be able to score the basketball right now and get better at the defensive end, because it's really hard if you can't score to become a better offensive team. And we can improve defensively. There's no question in my mind.
How good can Bianca be? How close is she to her potential?
You know what? She has a while to go. I mean, I really believe that. I think she's only scratched what she can really do. This is a young lady that really didn't start playing basketball until her freshman year in high school. Her athleticism is what caught our eye in the recruiting process. Her ability to run the floor and rebound the ball. It wasn't necessarily her offensive prowess, but she's been working on it, and it's showing. I mean, she goes 7 for 10 tonight. She gets around the basket. She finished, and then we're going to continue to work on her confidence when she's got the ball at the high post. If it's not a shot, just her confidence of making a good pass, being able to put it on the floor. She had a great drive and a layup there in the second half.
Coach, losing, Yassine for the season now, what was the biggest thing you were looking for from her this season, and who do you now look to kind of pick that up? I mean, if it's defense, if it's offense, who do you look to kind of pick up that role?
Well, for Yassine, it's just it's a really, really tough situation. I really feel for her. She's just as good of a basketball player she is, she's even a better person, and that really showed through this past weekend out in Las Vegas. She goes down. She went back in with the trainer and the doctor, and they did some evaluations, and she looked good. Said she felt strong, just may have tweaked it, and then goes back out, and then went to plant again, and it gave away. But she gets helped off the floor and goes and gets looked at by the doctors, and then comes back out on the bench. And I've seen it so many times where a kid comes out with a towel over their head and kind of puts their head down on the bench, and the old poor pitiful me. And that's not what she did. She came out and was cheering for her team. I mean, she was excited for him. Even though she couldn't play, she was completely engaged. And then the next morning at breakfast, she's sitting there with her crutches. She comes in, she's got a smile on her face, saying good morning. And that really speaks volumes to me, because I think when you do get a fifth-year senior, or any a fifth-year player, not just a transfer, the maturity level is drastically higher. than your freshman and sophomore. It's amazing what happens when you go from 18 to 22. And that's the part that I was really, really impressed with. And I told her that, and that's something that, we're going to miss that maturity on the floor. But now she knows she has a new role. She'll continue to help us and talk to the players as they come off the floor. And be more of a, the eyes from the bench from a player standpoint. And that's something she'll be able to do. And then for us, it's going to take a little bit of everybody. The one thing that Yaya did extremely well was rebound the basketball well through our first 4 games. She was scoring defensively. I think she led us in deflections. Was one of the tops in steals. So we're going to need a little bit of more productivity from all of them. I thought Jazz started really well tonight with giving us some energy. And then our freshmen, we're going to have Mikasa and Sagan and Duvall continue to gain experience and improve, because we're going to need them to be able to give us some minutes as we continue to progress throughout the year.
You mentioned Asia's 7 boards. I think 5 of those were on the defensive end. Is tonight kind of what you want to see from her in terms of locking up her defense?
Yeah, I mean, it is. I really think that Asia can get us 5 to 7 boards a night. She has a good instinct for the ball. I thought the offensive board she got in the first half was a great rebound stick back. And we're going to continue to need her rebounding, especially with the Yaya out. All of our guards, our guards are going to have to clean up a lot. We're going to have to get much better at defensive rebounding from the guard spot, because we're not going to be the biggest team in the league. And when you've got Sam and Bianca and Kylie down low trying to block somebody out, our guards are going to have to come in and clean it up.
You had 16 steals tonight. That's more than usual. Is this something this team can do, or maybe should look to do more defensively? Yeah,
no, it is. We're going to have to really try to create some offense from the defensive end of the floor, and that's something that I know we're able to do, and it's something we're going to have to continue to challenge ourselves with. These new stat sheets, I can't figure these things out. It's the most difficult thing I've ever. It's really amazing. Points off there. So we had 20 points off of their 16, or how many off of their 21 turnovers, and that's what we're going to continue to need for us to win basketball games.
Jeff, to start the season like you guys did, all on the road, especially your little west swing, was it nice to get back here? Did you feel like your players kind of responded the right way? Yeah,
it was great. No, I mean it's the one nice thing, and we're very grateful, and we will never take advantage or just not be appreciative of our fans. We go out to Boise, and they're just very well coached, great program. And I think they had maybe 4,300, which is the largest crowd they've had in maybe the last 7 or 8 years. And we show up for our home opener at 7,500. And our players understand it. We're very fortunate to have such wonderful support from our fan base to come out here and make this such an enjoyable time, an enjoyable place to play. And it wasn't planned when I did the scheduling originally to be on the road for the first 5. We had a tournament that got canceled in May on us, and that's just an awful time to try to start scrambling to make up games. And it just worked out that we had to end up going on the road for the first 5. But now to go 5-0 on that trip and play some good ball clubs, Western Kentucky, Chattanooga, Boise, who I know are all 3 going to be competing to win their conference championship, and then top 20 Arizona State on a neutral court, then Hartford. I'll take that. I told our players we should be extremely proud of that, and now we're home, I think, for 6 games. Our next road games are game before everybody heads home for Christmas break up at Central Michigan again. It was a team that went to the Sweet 16 this past season. So, we're finding out a lot about ourselves early, And I think that's important before you get prepared to head into ACC play, which, if you've been following any of our teams in the ACC, it's going to be a heck of a year because everybody's gotten better.
How good of a victory is this? I mean, with Miami returning, several of their key players back from a team that made a postseason run last year, how impressed were you with the victory tonight?
I was really pleased. Yeah, I mean, they're a very good basketball team. They're very well coached. 13, I really enjoy watching her play on film. She's so quick. She's so explosive. She knows how to use ball screens. She entertains them. She knows how to get the advantage in her favor. And then 40, she only ended up with 8, but it felt like she had more. And I think she allowed a few of her teammates to benefit from the fact that we had to spend so much attention on her. So Megan does a really nice job, and that's a ball club that I have no doubt is going to do extremely well in their league.
We're getting a pretty talented Nebraska team on Thursday. Some of the things you'll take out of this to get ready for them, some things to work on.
Well, we're definitely going to have to break down some film. We're going to have to look at some film defensively and get some things cleaned up and fixed. Because we just gave up way too many easy scoring opportunities. And once we can get that figured out, it's going to help us. Offensively, we started off a little sloppy. I think we had 5 turnovers in the first 6 or 7 minutes of the game again, and that's something that we got to clean up. But I like where we are. We got to the free throw line 24 times. We go 18 of 24. And if we can continue to create those opportunities, only good things are going to happen for us.
Just a couple, you get maybe one chance every 5 years when you get a ball in rhythm to shoot it.
I know I should have shot it. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I thought for sure if I shot it that I'd get in trouble.
Probably NCAA.
Yeah, that's because I promise you I would have made it. And that would have been, and my players would have dreaded it. It would have been the worst thing that ever could happen because I was shot ready. My knees were bent, elbow under, and if it would have gone in, I may have walked off the floor. And my players, you can ask them on the bench, they were like, "Oh God, we're glad you didn't shoot that," because they never would have heard the end of it.
Bianca said he can't dribble, but he can shoot.
That's it. True. It's not a lie. It's the one thing I can do. It's like Mikasa. I've been trying to help her with the free throw for about 2 weeks, and she just continued to shoot it her way. And I'm like, how about just trying it my way? How about just starting it here in the shooting pocket? And then she makes two for 2, and then she looks at me and she's like, God, I hate you. But that's okay. That's why I love them. It's what it's all about is building relationships with these players and the trust. And that's what makes it fun.
You were honored before the game, 300th victory. There was also Final Four, pretty sure, last season. Is there a plan for that, or do you know what you're doing with that?
I know it's been discussed. I'm possibly on Thursday. I haven't heard a confirmation for sure yet. I'll take part of the blame for that because I've asked for the banners to be kind of moved because the spot they're in right now is just terrible. You can't. When the game lights are off, they look great. They really do because I've been in here before the game lights turn on. And as soon as the lights come on, you can't see them because of the glare of the lights. So I'm waiting to find out, where we're hoping to put the banners. I've made suggestions. I mean, I just think they look great in the north end, just with the men's, the same way we have them, Angel McCautry's jerseys up there, in the south end, retired. So I'm still waiting to find out what we're going to do with that because it's for the players. I mean, normally you do it your first game. So hopefully that will get taken care of and we can honor that team and those players. And with having everybody back here except for Maisha, it would have been special to be able to do that. So hopefully it's done soon.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody.